I keep saying a lot. Anyway. Hi, welcome to Candy Hearts Art. I'm Candy. This is Mochi. As soon as I hit record, he decided he needed a little loving, and who am I to deny that little face? He's the baby, after all. So, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. Today, I'm not just going to be cuddling an adorable puppy, but well, apparently Mochi wanted to be here to say hi, but had to take off to go do important puppy business. You might see him running around in the background, tending to whatever he has to do in the apartment today. Today, I wanted to work on a crochet project, which is another passion of mine. I love to crochet. And I will be making a little crocheted bear with a matching hat. And this is going to be for a dear friend of mine who is really in some need of cheering up. So I'm really excited to get started on this. This won't be an instructional video. This is not going to be a crochet instruction video. And I apologize if that's disappointing to you, but honestly, there's not enough therapy in the world to get us through that, sweetie. I am not the worst crochet teacher in the world. I'm really not. I'm actually quite good. It's just there are people that are far better qualified. So I'm really excited to get started on this bear and matching hat. I think you guys are really going to like it. It's really cute. I love cute things, and I'm sure you do too. I had this idea to make a hat that matched the bear so that I don't know. When I was a kid, I loved getting, even though the person I'm making this for is an adult, when I was a kid, I loved getting like little matching outfits that would go with my dolls. So my doll, I would get a nightgown or something, or a shirt or something, and my doll would have the same thing. And I guess as an adult, I'm still really into that. So the idea of making a hat for my friend that matches the little bear I'm making is really exciting to me. So hopefully you'll stick around and get cozy with me, and we're going to have a little chat also about perfectionism, which I believe is the plague of the creative. Also pretty much anybody. I mean, perfectionism really comes and rears its ugly head, and it can do some great things. It can really motivate, but it can also really stymie a lot of people's progress and ability to move forward in life. And that has been some of my struggle, and maybe you can relate to that. So while I'm crocheting, I'm going to be chatting about my experience with perfectionism and some of the things that I do to overcome it. And I hope that you'll stick around and that we can get to know each other better. Okay, here I am starting the base of the bear hat. The first couple of stitches are always a little bit fiddly. If you have any experience with crochet, you are going to notice right out of the gate that I hold my yarn a bit uniquely. I kind of have a little claw way that I hold it, and it's not really the way that you're supposed to hold your yarn, so please don't learn from me, but it's whatever works. And I think that's a pretty good segue into starting to talk about perfectionism. Perfectionism has been following me around for years, like an overbearing stage mom whispering in my ear, "Is that really the best you can do?" Even my beloved husband has called me a perfectionist, which is a claim I have vehemently denied because I figured perfectionists had dazzling resumes and at least 3 TED Talks under their belts. And meanwhile, I'm just over here spending 3 hours debating the correct shade of green to use for painting a leaf, only to fall into a sea of self-doubt when my painting looks nothing like the reference photo. Gosh, I spent a lot of years in a pretty dark place navigating some really heavy mental health challenges. It was kind of like somebody forgot to pay the light bill in my soul. I'm happy and really quite proud to say that in the last few years, I've experienced a big emotional and spiritual shift. And I know firsthand that it's possible to feel better. For me, art was a huge catalyst for healing and self-discovery. The funny thing about perfectionism is that it blinds us to the beauty of learning. It's like joining a gym expecting to deadlift 300 pounds on day one, then storming out when you can barely lift a 5-pound barbell. I mean, why bother learning to do anything at all if you're supposed to already be perfect at it before you even start? The truth is, not a single one of us is perfect. And honestly, thank goodness, because perfection sounds like it would make for a really boring existence. And my friends, perfectionism is awfully sneaky. It convinces us we're not real artists, musicians, or creators unless we're born spitting out masterpieces in our cribs. For years, I hesitated to even call myself an artist, as if some cosmic referee might pop out of nowhere, blow his whistle in my face, and put me back in my place. But what if, and stay with me here, you're perfect right now in all of your messy imperfection? What would you start today if you weren't waiting for the perfect conditions? I've lost count of how many dreams I've abandoned because I was terrified of being bad at something. Newsflash, the only way to not suck at something is to start sucking and get better from there. So here's what I've been working on: trading perfectionism for consistency. I've found that consistent imperfect action moves you closer to your goals than waiting for the perfect time or conditions ever will. Now I give myself the space to mess up, the grace to start over, and the permission to suck. Yes, permission. And wouldn't you know it, I'm learning, growing, and even surprising myself. A really great way I've found to break through the fear that fuels perfectionism is to reframe mistakes and focus on them as learning opportunities rather than failures. Rather than just giving up in a fit of frustration and throwing in the towel completely, I try to lean into what this situation is trying to teach me. The double-edged sword of perfectionism is that even when you reach your goal, it's rarely enough. We rarely pause to celebrate our wins. Brené Brown put it perfectly: perfectionism is a 20-ton shield we lug around thinking it will protect us, but it's really what's keeping us from taking flight. If you're like me and you've battled perfectionism, you might have noticed it's rooted in the desire for safety and control. But the truth is, perfectionism isn't keeping us safe, it's keeping us stuck. If this resonates, consider talking to somebody to help you untangle these patterns. And if you're one of many people that doesn't have access to mental health care right now, don't lose hope. YouTube can be a great starting point. Check out Dr. Nicole LaPera or Tracy Marks for tips on mental health and personal growth. I will link them in the description box below. You know, perfectionism certainly isn't the villain in every story, but it's not always the hero either. For some, it can be a motivational boost that presents itself as a superpower, but for many of us, it's a deeply embedded hurdle we must contend with daily. So today, I'm leaning into imperfection by crocheting an absolutely adorable, yet perfectly imperfect little bear and matching hat. I'm sharing this journey with you, messy stitches and all, and reminding myself that the only way to get better is to keep going. Salvador Dali once said, "Have no fear of perfection. You'll never achieve it," which I find to be a very comforting sentiment from a man who painted melting clocks and made us all question the integrity of time itself. Some of you might be wondering why I decided to go with green for a teddy bear and a matching hat. The person that I'm making this for, her favorite color is green. So here we have the shamrock bear hat and the little bear that I am calling Lucky. My friend is of Irish American heritage, so the theme works on multiple levels, and as I said in the beginning, she really needed some cheering up, so I decided to go into Canva and make a little card introducing Lucky, and I think it came out really adorably. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in today and joining me on this little crochet journey. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more like this, please let me know in the comments below. Also, I would love to hear about what your experience has been with perfectionism and any tips and tricks that you use to help manage it. Thanks again for being here today. I had so much fun creating this project and this video. I can't wait to make another video for you guys, so check back in soon and we can hang out again.